Yes, good evening, my dear students and friends. So, 15th lesson continuation today. Okay, already we discussed 15th lesson. So, today continuation about the 15th lesson. So, today first topic is May 4th movement. So, what is May 4th movement? What is the importance of May 4th movement? So, this one, according to exams, very important. So here on 4th May 1919, an angry demonstration was held in Beijing. So this one is very important. Once again I will tell. On 4th May 1919, an angry demonstration was held in Beijing. So this is called May 4th movement. Why May 4th movement started? This is the important. Why May 4th movement started in China? What is the reason? Because of to protest against the decisions of the Versailles Peace Conference. So this is the main reason. So once again I will tell. To protest against the decisions of the Versailles Peace Conference. So this is the main reason to break out the May 4th movement in China. So China capital Beijing already you know. So this is the main reason. Next, China did not get back the territories seized from it by Japan. The protest became a movement called the May 4th movement. That means China did not get back the territories seized from it by Japan. During which World War? During World War I. That means during World War I, Japan occupied some territories in China. Okay, after World War I also, China did not get back the territories seized from it by Japan. This protest became a movement. This protest became a movement. This movement is called May 4th movement. That means China people waged a war against Japan. That means they protested Japan. This protest became a movement. This movement is called May 4th movement in China against Japan. Against Japan. Who started? China country started. So this is about May 4th movement. Okay, ma? Next point, ma. It galvanized. It means here China. Okay. So it refers to China. So it galvanized a whole generation to attack old traditions. That means in China at that time, old traditions are going on. All members are followed old traditions. But one generation attacked this old traditions. Here, galvanized. Galvanized means nothing but attack or refused. Next, taking action against something. Taking action against something or refused. Here China, what refused? Old traditions. So that is the meaning of this sentence. So it galvanized a whole generation to attack old tradition. To attack old tradition and to call for saving China through modern science and democracy and nationalism. That means in China, all members are wanted to introduce some ideas. What are the ideas? Democracy idea, nationalism idea, and also modern science. So they wanted to introduce modern science in China, democratic type of government in China, and nationalism idea in China. Okay. So against the old traditions. Only one generation at that time. Okay. In 1919 generation. Okay. So once again I will tell. China galvanized a whole generation to attack old tradition and to call for saving China through modern science. So they wanted to introduce modern science methods in China and democracy idea and nationalism idea. That means China wanted to develop. That's why these members are refused old traditions in China. Okay, ma? Next point. In the same way in China, some revolutionaries are there. Revolution people, revolution group is there in China. Okay. These revolutionaries called for driving out the foreigners. That means at that time in China, foreigners are there. So these revolutionaries called for driving out. Driving out means remove them from the China. So driving out the foreigners from the China. Who fighting against the foreigners? Revolutionaries. So once again I will tell. Revolutionaries called for driving out the foreigners. And who were controlling the country's resources? Here, who were controlling the country's resources means nothing but foreigners. At that time, those who are settled in China, that foreigners controlling the country's resources. Controlling the country's resources. So this one is very important. So who are controlling the country's resources? That's why revolutionaries decided driving out the foreigners from China. Because of these foreigners are controlling the country's resources. Okay, next point. And to remove inequalities. In China, so many inequalities are there. At that time, there is no equality in China. That's why these revolutionaries try to remove inequalities and reduce poverty in China. Who tried? Revolutionaries only. So in this way, revolutionaries also tried to develop China according to economically, according to politically, and according to socially. That's why these revolutionaries, first, they are taking some actions against foreigners, and also they wanted to reduce poverty in China and to remove inequalities in China. These things are done by the revolutionaries. Okay, ma? So this is the meaning. Next point. They advocated. They means here revolutionaries only. They refers revolutionaries. So they advocated reforms such as, so that means revolutionaries wanted to introduce some reforms in China. What are they? So this is very important. What are they? Number one, the use of simple language and script. The use of simple language and script. This is first reform. Okay, who wanted these reforms? Revolutionaries. Whom? Revolutionaries. Revolutionaries, okay, wanted some reforms in China, such as the use of simple language and script. This is the first point. Second reform is abolishing the practice of foot binding. This one is very, very important, ma. So revolutionaries wanted abolished the practice of foot binding. So what is the meaning of foot binding? This one also they will ask in exam. Foot binding. So define foot binding. So foot binding practices took place in dash country, China. So what is the meaning of foot binding? The foot binding means nothing but a cruel practice of not allowing women, listen carefully, a cruel practice of not allowing women to have fully grown feet. That means at that time, there is no development according to women. There is no rights according to women. Okay, so this one was abolished by the revolutionaries. But they wanted to remove the foot binding, because of at that time in China, there is no value according to women rights, women equality, etc., etc. That's why these revolutionaries wanted to abolishing the practice of foot binding. So foot binding means nothing but a cruel practice of not allowing women to have fully grown feet. So that means there is no all-round development according to women in China. There is no all-round development according to women in China. That's why these revolutionaries wanted to abolish the practice of foot binding. Okay, once again I will tell you, foot binding meaning a cruel practice of not allowing women to have fully grown feet. Okay, and next one, and the subordination of women. So this one also wanted to remove in China. What is that one? Subordination of women. Already I told you, there is no rights according to women. So that's why they wanted to remove subordination of women in China. Who? Revolutionaries only. Next point, equality in marriage. So equality in marriage. Who wanted? Revolutionaries only. Revolutionaries wanted some reforms. Among them, this one also very important. Equality in marriage, both female and male. At that time, there is no chance to select one person. But nowadays, there is a chance. Already you know. So here, equality in marriage. So this one also they wanted. Okay, who? Revolutionaries. Next point, and economic development according to end poverty in China. So economic development to end poverty in China. These reforms are wanted by the revolutionaries. So revolutionaries wanted some reforms in China. What are they? Number one is to use the simple language and script. This one. And second one, to remove the practice of foot binding. This is two. Number three, and to remove the subordination of women. This is third one. And fourth one, equality in marriage. This is fourth one. And also finally, economic development to end poverty in China. So these reforms are wanted by the revolutionaries in China. Okay, my dear students? Okay, my dear students. So next topic we will discuss in next class. Okay, thank you for your cooperation. Bye all of you. Take care.